290. I mean, guys, if you went to one of these, I want you to think about this, because we're talking to you as affiliates. Number one, you want to learn how to do this, okay? And think about this for yourself too, okay? But think about all these old school marketers and stuff that they're like really struggling to get 10 people to a local meeting, and they're running all over town to do it, okay? That's what they're doing, okay? What Keala is doing is he's putting together a campaign targeting people very specifically in his area, and they are literally showing up in the room from that in numbers of like 70, 80, and 100 people, and then he's selling to them, and like 35 to 45% of them are joining and getting in right in the room. And he's doing it without calling them or anything, okay? That's super cool, and that's a combination of the two modules he's got in there. I would actually pull out my credit card and buy this, literally just to do that. I'm actually going to play around with doing that in Costa Rica, right? Module 7 is specifically on phone closing, but not just any kind of phone closing. I'm going to show you in this, and this is going to tie into what we're doing live too. I'm going to show you how you can, okay, get 95% of the people that you ever talk to join. Right? I'm going to show you how to overcome everything. I'm going to show you how to talk to people, actually by demonstrating it. This blew people's minds when I did it live, and it works for very specific reasons. Nobody really knows how to do it. Everybody's reading script books and stuff, and the reason they're teaching people to read scripts, now we have script books that come along with this, I believe, because they broke down what I was saying in the scripts. The reason people teach scripts is because they don't actually know how to explain what it is that they're doing. Okay, if you want to get 95%, you guys, I mean, first of all, you guys want that. Who wants to get 95% of the people you talk to join? If you get 95% of the people you talk to join, and most of them buy something expensive, okay, I'm going to tell you what happens all of a sudden to your phone conversations is all of a sudden it becomes a pleasure to get on the phone with people, because a conversation, like to me, a conversation is worth like thousands of dollars every single time just from my opportunity, just from Empower Network. Because if I get on a conversation, that conversation is literally worth thousands of dollars on average every single time. So for me, talking to people for thousands of dollars for 20 or 30 minutes is a pleasure. And I actually teach you how to do that and break that down. I think that this here is also worth the entire cost of the Top Producer Formula product, because if you can do those things, you can make more money from all the people that you're enrolling in your business. Module number 8, we talk about upselling, right, and getting people all in, right? Now, if you can get people all in, now this is applicable to any business, right? But if you can upsell better and you can do it with less effort, there's a couple of things that happen. Number one, you make more money, right? You make more money from the people that you bring into your business. And isn't it better to make more money from less people, right? So you're going to make more money if the people buy the higher packages in your businesses, right? Now, there's even people on this thing, you need to learn this stuff because you're building a business and everybody's buying the cheapest stuff. And the reason is because probably you're too cheap in your mind, right? So the first thing you need to do is pull out your credit card and get over it, right, and be willing to do what you want to ask other people to do, right? And that includes even joining the top package in your business, whatever that is. If it's not Empower Network, whatever the top package is in your deal, you need to join it, right? Why? Because then you're going to help other people get through it. So you're going to make more money from less people if you learn how to get people to pull out their credit card and stop being wussies about making a decision, right? Just do it, right? And the second thing that's going to happen, though, is you're going to start to collect a flow better in your business, right? It's the difference between this. Learning how to upsell properly is like the difference between a conversation being worth $20 and a conversation being worth $2,000. And the actual conversation is not very much different, okay? It's a difference in how you respond to questions. It's a difference in the attitude and the belief that you have about what's possible with a human being. It's a difference about your belief and what you're worth, okay? And then it's a difference with words. And I demonstrate all of those when I talk about phone closing. I got standing ovations from this phone closing. I overcame everything. How spousal objections, partner objections, you know, on the spot in the room with people. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to show people this and break it down more live as well, all right? You want to buy this right now just to hear this. It will blow your mind, all right? So I talk about upselling and getting people all in. Module number 9, I actually walked through the 12-step sales process, right? And a lot of you guys saw that, for example, in Charlotte. A lot of you guys were there, and you saw me sell a 50-cent pen for $1,000 and on the spot in a random challenge, right? I got done with the training that I did in Charlotte that we're going to be coming out with in a couple of months because this is building on what we're doing this time, okay? And that training that I did in Charlotte, right, I was like, okay, I need something to sell. And somebody said diapers, and I thought that was kind of silly, right? I could have done that too, but like I just, it's like, do you have a baby? Raise your hand, But then Aaron, he said, Aaron Rashman, he said, sell this pen, right? And I was like, because it's like the movie. And then now I got to beat a movie, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay. So I grabbed the pen, and I just started talking. But what I started doing is I was going through my head, and I was like, okay, and I just started talking through the 12-step sales pattern. Well, at first I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but I know the pattern. See, that's the key. See, if you know the pattern, if you can learn to think in patterns, everything that somebody does that somebody else can't do can be broken into a sequence of steps. And if you learn how to walk through the sequence of the steps, even if you're not as good as them, you can produce a very similar result. So what I started doing is I actually started walking back and forth, telling a story, and the reason I was telling a story is I was telling a story so I could gather my mind how I was going to sell this pen. Because it was a surprise. I didn't know I was going to sell it. Well, in 15 minutes, I went from not knowing how I was going to sell a pen to selling a 50-cent pen for $1,000. Now, if you'd like to know how I did that, here's how I did it. I did it by doing nothing but walking through this 12-step sales sequence, okay? And I teach you how to do that in the Top Producer Formula. And if you do this, here's the thing. You can actually break down a sequence of steps for selling anything to anybody. This is how to sell products. This is how to sell your opportunity. Because the fundamental process you need to walk somebody through to sell them is the same whether you're selling a pen or whether you're selling vitamins or whether you're selling an opportunity. You're walking people through the same series of steps. Sometimes people wonder, Dave, how do you sell so well? I just walk people through this series of steps, right? Now, I teach you that in the Top Producer Formula. Number 10 thing I teach, and I know you're feeling overwhelmed, so I'm going to come back to that here in a second, right? I know what you're thinking. You're like, holy crap, this is amazing and I want it, right? But also it's a lot, right? Well, I'll come back to that. I'll talk to you here in a sec when I'm done talking about it. Number 10 thing, I talk about a live internet recruiting strategy. A live internet strategy. Now, this is valuable, and here's why, right? Because most people, they do one of two things, and both are mistakes. Number one, they just sell all the time, okay? So every time they open their mouth, they're just pitching. They're like, join my hot new deal, join my hot new deal. They might even be going through the 12-step sales sequence, right? And they might be doing that well, right? So they're either pitching all the time, or what they're doing is they're training all the time for free, okay? Both are mistakes. Right? And here's why both are mistakes. The reason why both are mistakes is because if you're just pitching all the time, people stop listening to you. Okay? They don't want to show up anymore because you just show up and you pitch, right? Like I'm selling right now, but you want to stick around because what I'm teaching is valuable, right? The other thing people do is they train all the time and they do it for free. And they're like, I'm just going to be free, I'm going to offer all my services and never charge anything because I'm better than that. I'm not like those gurus. And yeah, you're right. They're not because they don't make any money, and the gurus do because they sell, right? You need to sell stuff, right? So what I do is I teach you in live internet strategy how to, at the same time, how to train, right, and how to sell at the same time, how to turn any sales pitch into a training that people want to attend, and how to turn any training into an opportunity to sell. If you can do those things, you can get people to show up and continue to buy from you. And I teach you that in module number 10. Number 11, okay, this is where we broke down Kayal actually in his live, right, local event strategy. Live local event strategy, and this is from his previous strategy. So he talks about how he gets in front of a room and how he closes 35-45% of the room. Look, sometimes people don't like doing live stuff, and the reason they don't like doing live stuff is because they don't know how to sell, and they don't know how to get people there, right? And because they don't have it in a process, they're not confident, right? But if you know how to sell, you know how to get people there, you know how to engage them, it's actually a lot of fun to do, and it's like a rush, because you get people there, and you're like, you get to that part in the presentation, you're like, all right, now everybody in the room, who in here wants to buy? And people just start raising their hand. They're like, what's your name, Bill? Bill, go ahead and go to the back, and I'm going to give you a bonus for filling out the order form and being the first one. Go ahead, Jerry, you want to buy? Go ahead and click the button that you see over there, over on the right-hand side, and just pull out your credit card and just go ahead and lock in your spot for the live broadcast, right? Okay, go ahead and pull out your credit card, and yeah, stand up, go back, and just get your credit card out, give a Visa or MasterCard, Paul, and you just start doing calls to action, and people just they stand up and they just start walking back and buying stuff, and you're like, holy shit, I'm like, have superpowers or something, but you don't. It's just that you know the process, you know how to get people there, you know how to turn every training into a sales pitch and every sales pitch into a training, then you know what you're doing, right? If you know what you're doing, you'd be more confident in the words you say. You'd be more confident when you email. You'd be more confident when you put together a presentation, right? Number 12, right, I teach you how to build live groups. Now, this is a series of things, right, that we actually continue on in another training later, right, but we're going to talk about it here. We teach you how to build live groups, right? Getting people together with a vision, building a culture to keep them around, keep them buying, keep them around you, right? And building tools and systems and stuff like that. We started this process in this product. And the 13 is where you tie it all together, and this is building a vision for the future. Now, here's the thing, right, with building a group of people, is if you've got a dream to keep them around, they stay around. Right? And if you've got a dream that's going to lead you somewhere, people will follow you to be a part of that vision, because we're so used to in life people that don't really have dreams and goals because they just kind of get beaten down, they give up. You get around somebody who's got this big vision, and you're like, gosh, I want to be a part of that. Gosh, I want to be involved in that. People will literally just pull out their credit card and buy to be a part of the vision that you're a part of. Like a lot of you guys tonight have been like, this is actually really exciting. I'm excited about the product. I don't even care about the opportunity part of it. And you're just pulling out your credit card and you're making buying decisions as I'm talking. And how would you like to know how I just got a bunch of you to pull out your credit card and make a buying decision tonight on Livecast late at night after like 10 minutes of breaks? And still, right now as I'm speaking, there's people that are pulling out their credit card and making a decision to buy. In fact, if you haven't yet, I mean, your credit card's been calling to you. That button over there, it's been pulsating. It's been like throbbing like this on the screen, and it's been saying to you, like in a still small voice, it's been whispering to you saying, click me and buy right now, right? You guys been wondering, how the heck do I do that? Well, what if you could use that same 12-step sales process that I just walked you through as I was doing this presentation, and you could use that same process, and then you could start selling and getting results in your business? What if you could use that and you could just change businesses tomorrow, and you could do that in a travel deal, and you could do it in a vitamin deal, and you could do it in a skincare deal, and you could do it in an info marketing deal, and you could do it all at the same time? What if you could just like pick up a pen and get in front of an audience of people wondering how you're going to sell it, and then 15 minutes later somebody walks up and gives you $1,000 for a 50-cent pen because you just understand the 12-step sales process? What if you could just pop on a webinar late at night without even an official launch, and people literally on the webinar are so excited that they're pulling out their credit card, and they were here, and originally they were pulling their credit card out and buying for the opportunities. They said, I need to buy this to go through it, to sell it, but now they're pulling out their credit card and saying, man, I want to learn these skills. I want to learn this information. I want to master these concepts. I want this product. Now they're saying, I want the product, right? So now it's like change, and you're like, how did you just do that? Well, I've created all sorts of changes tonight. You started thinking a little bit, Richard, haven't you? Just listening to me. You can't help it. You just automatically have started to think that you can make more money just by listening to me. Mars told me the other day, he's like, you have this weird effect on people, dude. He's like, people get around you, and it's like I get around you, he's like, dude, I've done tons of sales. He's like, I get around you, and it's just like, man, I could make a lot more money. You know what I mean? And that's what you started to think tonight. So pull out your credit card and click the button and follow through on the decision that you've already made. So you already made a decision to get all in and get all the products. And if you haven't bought the coaching, then buy the coaching. If you haven't bought Top Producer Formula, then go ahead and click it and buy the Top Producer Formula. The link's right there. It's calling to you. It's calling your name, Billy or Fred or Mary or whatever your name is. It's saying, click me and buy me right now, right? Now, so this is the product that's in the Top Producer Formula. We've had people buying it all through the night. I mean, we've had leaders make have 5-figure days and multiple leaders like Lawrence and Tony. They're both over 5 figures today, and a couple of others as well, myself as well. And it's like all these people are getting results because the product is so good, the quality's different, right? Because we decided to take things to a new level. And a lot of you guys came on here, you're like, I'm not going to buy that, and now you've pulled out your credit card, you're in. And you're like, crap, how do you do that? Well, I did it by what you're about to learn as you go through the product, so get excited. So that's in the actual product, right? So then what's the live cast, and now what's the coaching, and how does that really fit together? Well, let me explain. So I was going through this, and I was like, well, what can I really do that would change this? Well, first of all, we needed to make the capture page training, so we're going to do that live. So Mars, who's just, guys, I mean, you got to understand how good these guys are. Mars and Rob are just gangsters. They're not just a little good, right? They're one of the people you can just get around them, and it's like, if they're sitting there, you just scoot your chair a little bit closer to be a little closer to that energy, right? Because you're like, how are you doing that? He's really good, all right? Now, this guy is brilliant. He's going to be walking you through the science of capture page creating. You'll be able to fit that into your model because you want to capture more leads, don't you? Right? You want this stuff. I mean, you already been wanting to learn it, right? And here we're going to teach it to you. You're going to have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to buy it right now. You can attend that for $7. So we're adding capture page creation because you can see that live, and then that's actually removed in the main product, right? Well, here's what else I'm adding. So I was thinking about this. I was like, well, what is this missing that I've really done that would really be a massive value for people? And you know what I came up with? I came up with this, is that in this product, I don't really talk about funded proposals, right, and how to use them, right? Now, I might rename it by the time the product comes out because I actually think there's probably a better name for this concept. But it's the concept that we're talking about. I've already got the training mapped out. I'm just thinking if I can give it a better name than this because I don't think this is a very good name for what we're actually doing, right? And it's like, I've not really taught people effectively how to do this, which this here it's like a missing piece. It's like a key, all right? It's like if you don't know how to do this, right, then you can't get 95% closing ratios if you're not doing this. You can't do it, right? And as people say, I'm getting a 95% closing ratio, why are they getting such a high rate of people to pull out your credit card and make a decision? Well, they're doing it because specifically the way that they're bringing people in is getting a group of people in front of them on the phone that will pull out their credit card and will buy. How do? You do that through this concept of a funded proposal, which is leading people through, rather than one big decision, a series of small decisions that build on each other in a way that by the time they get to you, every conversation is worth $1,000 or $2,000. Every conversation is worth a leader. And then all of a sudden it's worth it to pick up the phone and to call somebody and to welcome them to the team and to help them make a decision that's a powerful decision in their life. It's like you get somebody in and they stick in, they stay in, right? That's what it is. And so I was like, I haven't really taught how to do this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this training in as just a bonus. I'm going to do a training on how to utilize funded proposals in a way where you can literally, I'm just going to say a bonus, right? You can literally take this concept and run with it and learn how to apply it and master it. And if you just feed this into the other concepts that we're doing, all of a sudden it's the difference between being able to recruit 2 a month and being able to recruit 95% of the people you ever talk to, be able to recruit 2, 3, 4 people a day in any business you ever choose. Look, I don't care if you're in a travel deal, if you're in a power network, or if you're selling pantyhose, it doesn't matter. We're selling the same group of people, okay? And these people want certain things, and you got to understand what drives them. If you do that, you can get them to just pull out their credit card and just make a decision right now. Now, here's the thing. You're here on this thing. This is what we're giving to your customers, right? So when you pull out your credit card, you buy this thing, you're learning the foundational skills. You can go out there and you can feed it to people, so go ahead and do it right now. You say, well, so Dave, what's this coaching going to be? Well, the coaching is going to be this. It's through a period of like 4 weeks. We're going to break down, okay, in what we'll call master classes. We're going to break down each one of the core pieces and the core chunks of the steps to building a business and being able to be a top producer, and we're going to sequence it and put it into an actionable form that you can take and you can apply into your business. So a lot of you guys are in Empower, a lot of you are in other things, we're going to be getting customers from other people, and we're going to be able to take this and we're going to say, okay, here's what you do and here's how you break this down into a sales pitch that actually makes sense. Here's how to master this sales process in a way that gets people to pull out their credit card and make a buying decision. And here's how you can do this in a way where you don't have to be on the phone all day and night because people, they're calling you and you're not even picking it up. You're choosing when you pick up the phone. You're calling them back at the time you choose, and they're waiting for your call because they're afraid if they don't pick up the phone, they're going to miss their chance. And isn't that a difference? How would you like it when you call people back, when you give people a phone call, it's like they're waiting for you, and they're like, I've been sitting here waiting because I don't want to lose my chance. How's that different from how you're recruiting? So pull out your credit card right now, because here's the truth. Maybe you're going to miss out if you don't. You know what I mean? It's because like if you don't pull out your credit card right now and just make a decision, you're missing out on buying in the first day. You're missing out on buying in the first live stream. You're missing out on the opportunity to tell people, hey, look, when I heard about how good this was, I just pulled out my credit card and I made a decision. You're missing out right now on the group of people that are going to be going through this, and then all your competition and all the other people that are around you, they know this stuff and you don't know it. And so it's like you're in the dark and you're in this place where you're swinging around and you're waiting and you're saying, well, I don't know. But what you're really doing when you say you don't know, the reason you don't know is because you don't know what you're doing yet and you need to learn it. And if you don't know these things, that's the best place to buy. So just pull out your credit card and make a decision. Because right now you can be in a place where bam, you're clear. Where bam, you have the information that you need and you have the process you need and you're learning with a group of people and they care about you, and they want you to be a part of that and you're going to go through it with you. So this is your opportunity to be in the first buying crowd, because here's what you do. You buy and you make a decision. You pull out your credit card and you lock in your spot in the product, and you lock in your spot in the product, and then here's what you do. You learn what's in the product and you go through it one time, right, real fast, but then what you do is the next week you make a video and you just say, hey, I wanted to give a testimonial. Enter our testimonial contest. We've got a testimonial contest right now and say, this is the most valuable thing I learned from the Top Producer Formula. This is the most valuable thing. I learned from Module 3. This is the most valuable thing that I've learned that I could take and apply in my business. I took this and I applied it in my skincare business, and this is the result that I got. You need to get on this live cast and learn how to do it. Look, if this is this good tonight, how good do you think the product is? If it's this good tonight, how good do you think the product is? How good do you think the live cast is going to be? Look, I'm going to tell you something. The customers you have get on that live cast, they're going to send you an email, and they're going to say, look, thanking you isn't enough for getting me to get on that live cast. Like, I feel like I just need to send you more money. That's how excited they're going to be. They're going to be, like, asking for your address because they're so excited because they want this information. And they're going to be like, they should have sold it better. That's what they're going to say. Like, they undersold how valuable this thing is. I wish I would have had this information 20 years ago. Look, if I would have had the information that I'm going to teach for that $7, if I would have had that in 2002, it would have shaved 7 years out of 7 off my learning curve. Because I could have taken that information, and from what I learned in the live cast alone for $7, I could have taken that, I could have constructed an empire. Let alone, if I just seen this and bought the top producer formula and gone through that product and had the opportunity that you have right now, it's like you're in the right place at the right time, man, or woman, or whoever you are. Maybe you're not a man or a woman, and you're just here somehow. But the reality is, pull out your credit card and make a decision because you're standing in the right place at the right time with the right group of people, right? People that know how to help you do things that are extraordinary. And if you're saying to yourself, I don't know if I can do this, well, then here's the great thing about not knowing if you can do it. The great thing about not knowing if you can do it is that you don't know if you can even resist. Because as you're thinking about that, you're saying, you know what, gosh dang it, he's breaking this down into small enough pieces to where all I got to do is literally pull out my credit card and make a decision and just break it into a chunk. And you don't have to do everything at once, because here's the beauty of the learn, do, teach simultaneous model is you just do one chunk at a time. So your goal is this. Number 1, pull out your credit card and buy what you can. And number 2, learn something and go do it and then teach it. And learn something and then go do it and then teach it. And over the next couple of days, we're going to show you how to take this information and how to go apply it in your business in a way that you can actually do, but you're the one that's got to make a decision. You're the one that's got to pull out your credit card right now and say, I'm locking in my spot. So go ahead and do that right now, because time on the first day is running out. And the best thing you could do is to buy the product right now and tonight go through a module, make a testimonial, put it up on Facebook and say, I am so excited about what I learned in Module 1 in the Top Producer Formula. From now on, I'm going to be different. From now on, I'm going to master these skills. From now on, I'm going to change. That's what you can do. And you can do that right now, right over there by clicking that button. And here's the key. I want you to think about this here for a second, okay? This is only the second time I've sold this, okay? Because the first day I was like, okay, I'm getting a grasp on how I'm really selling these concepts, because I was teaching the concepts of the product, not selling, okay? And then I was like, I thought about it more today, and isn't today more convincing than Monday, right? How good do you think I'm going to be next week, right? I'm going to be selling for you. All right? So if you buy this product right now, you can learn to sell, but then you can actually get people in Empower, and you can get them here tomorrow, and I can help you sell them. I can help you sell your prospects for you. Imagine if you just get people on the live cast, how much you can get people to buy. So you have the opportunity to buy right now and to lock that spot in, and then start promoting and to get people to live cast, and then I'm going to pop up live, right, in like the coolest environment ever, not like this makeshift Costa Rica thing that I'm in, because I live in Costa Rica, right? We're talking about I'm flying to a different country just to do this live cast. That's how much I care about the quality of the information. And you're going to be blown away not by the quality, but not only that, when people see the quality of that information, guess what they're going to say? Just like you're saying right now, they're going to say, shit, if this is this good, how good are these products? And everybody that you get there, you know what? They're just going to say, crap, I want everything. I want to be on that coaching, because they don't want to miss out. They don't want that train to pass them by. They don't want to miss the chance to be on that coaching live. They don't want to miss the chance, just like you don't want to miss it. Like, you don't want to get left behind. You want to pull out your credit card and buy right now and get in on the first night, don't you? Right? Yeah, you want to make a decision. And that's what this is all about. It's about making a decision and then becoming the leader that you always wanted to be. So anyways, I'm done talking for tonight. That's what we're doing. Tomorrow night, what are we doing? Well, tonight I was covering the products, okay? So tonight I was really wanting to give you a good outline of what we're doing. Well, tomorrow night we're going to come back and we're going to go over strategy. Well, this is strategy for you affiliates, right? Really designed for people that buy the product. I want to encourage you to buy it, and then I don't know if it's up right now, but go through a module if it's up, and if not, go through one tomorrow, Friday, or whenever it's up. But you want to get the product right now, and tomorrow night I'm really talking to people that are there I'm going to be talking about what to do, because 6 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, the cart goes live externally. You're able to promote this. If you don't have a team, you don't have customers. Okay, somebody hit me up on Facebook the other day. They're like, Dave, the way you're doing this seems really beneficial to people that got teams. Well, what about our new guys? I was like, well, you new guys, you have the opportunity to get this product before anybody else does, and you're brand new, so you're lucky. A lot of other people, they had to wait 3 years to get this information, and here you get to get it when you're brand new. But not only that, now you have a new offer, right, that you can go build a team much more quickly, because you can go out there with a new product and a new offer that the marketplace has never seen before and say, look, this just blew my mind. This is where I learned the first module, and you can go out in this next 10 days and you can make more sales than you've ever made in a week, because it's a new offer, it's a new front end, and you have new upsells to sell, so it's new and exciting in the marketplace. So really, if you're new, this is built for you, so you need to make a decision right now to lock your spot in this. So that's all I got to say. I'm going to turn it over to the leaders, and we'll pass around for some thoughts, testimonials, and you guys are just rock stars, and you know, I'm kind of done with my spiel. So.
Thanks, Juan.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Awesome.
I can hear you. So,
I can hear you.
Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and bring out the hippie Jedi himself and good friend and mentor of ours, Justin Berengia. You out there, Justin?
Thank you, Kimberly.
Awesome. Good to see you too. Thanks for being on.
My pleasure. Awesome job, Dave. The way you broke down everything is just so beneficial. Getting to hear you map everything out, the way you map things out, and just paint the visual on what we're about to do. I know this has been one of the biggest, I've been a part of a lot of launches inside Empower Network, but this has been the most beneficial launch to the team. And when I say to the team, the people that are in Empower Network and have built a team over the past few months. I'm seeing so many, the majority of the sales I see coming in are all power line sales. And what that means is when you get power line sales, it means your people are producing sales. That means a lot of duplication is happening in the marketplace, and I just feel there's something magical about the number 7. It's almost as good as the number 11. You know what I mean? People just want to pull out their credit cards and buy it just to be associated with the positive energy in the universe. And that's how I feel, and just watching the inbox blow up, power line sale, commission after commission, it's a pretty big deal. And I know the only event that I did miss, I did go to New Orleans and Charlotte, but I didn't get to go to Washington. So this is really the education that gets to complete my education, because this is the only thing I've actually missed out on. And I can tell you, I'd pay thousands of dollars for this information, because everything I've ever gone through from David Wood has took my income to crazy new heights I didn't even dream were possible. I remember when I first got started now 2.5 years ago, Dave, my vision was to earn $5,000 a month just so I can have a simple freedom lifestyle, be able to travel around the world up in Central America where I was living, to be able to eat healthy food because the good stuff tends to cost more money, to be able to do hippie activities more often, you know, maybe ayahuasca ceremonies with the shamans in Peru or something like that. But once I got around you guys and really plugged into the, you know, the education, the personal development, I learned a skill set here that I have that I feel I can do anything. If I wanted to become, you know, a musician, or if I wanted to become a professional actor, I feel I have the personal development to pursue whatever my dreams are, all due to the product line here. And it's the best products I've ever seen in the industry. And what I noticed, what you tend to do is over-deliver 100 times worth the value of what you're asking for in the product before asking for the product sale. So people are going to be going to this $7 broadcast that you do for 6 hours. It's going to be, I bet it's going to be like just like one of these things you do at the event, high-level training people are getting exclusive access to. So people are just going to want to buy after being delivered so much value. And that's what, you know, my wife and I have witnessed today. I think last time I checked my email, we had close to 90 commission notifications. And again, the majority are pass-ups from power line sales because the team is winning, because now the team has a new offer. And I feel like a new offer is something we have been needing for a long time, and I just think that magical $7 price point is going to create more front-end sales than we've ever seen before. So I think the Paul Gardners and people that are crushing out like 5 sales a day, I think, Kim and Paul are going to be having like 20 signups in a day, because I know how well, the offer is going to convert. So I'm super excited to have a fresh new funnel and to be able to celebrate victories within the team, because I know it's your first victory that's your biggest victory. Your first victory may be pulling out your credit card and making a decision to buy. Your next big victory is going to be when you get your first sign up and you pay it forward and pass it up to your sponsor. Your next third big victory is going to be magical, because you're going to get to keep the commissions. You can create a testimonial live as you're witnessing the amazing action and energy, and then you can transmute that energy through to your audience via your copy or your videos when you're sharing on your blogs and your excitement of what you're doing, what you're a part of, and really your vision and what's your inner passion and what's driving you. For me, it's just one word: freedom. I believe in freedom. I believe people are living in bondage. I believe, it's our mission to awake the mentally dead. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel why we're here. So let's do that. Bob Marley did it through music. Bruce Lee did it through martial arts. We can do that through this beautiful network that we're a part of. So I just want to say thank you, Dave, and thank you all the wonderful leaders who I consider to be family here on the panel this evening. And thank you for being here tonight and taking notes and taking action.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped up just hearing you talk, Justin. And just a reminder that we really are a part of a revolution. Like, seriously, we really are. If you're brand new to Empower Network, welcome to the revolution. Next, I want to pull out Brian Swan. I'm not sure if Rhonda's there with you. I just see you, Brian. But Brian, if you're not familiar with Brian Swan, he and his wife Rhonda just crossed over, income disclaimer, a 6-figure month, which is amazing and incredible. If you're new to Empower Network, that might be a little intimidating to you. Just let it be a token of what's possible in this company, and don't be discouraged. Be encouraged and celebrate other success and just see what's possible for you. They've been in, I think, right around a year, if not a little bit less than a year. They had this crazy result. I think it was last month. So congratulations to you guys. I haven't been able to tell you congratulations. And let's hear some more of their story. You there, Brian? Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
There?
I think you got to unmute yourself. Looks like you're still muted.
Okay. How do I sign up?
There we go.
Now that I'm unmuted, does it sound much better when I'm unmuted? Okay. So here's the cool thing. It's like, and thank you for that beautiful introduction. Rhonda's actually sleeping with Hanalei. I'm on a little island in the Caribbean of Panama, approximately about 150 miles away from where Mr. Dave Wood is in Costa Rica. And I just want to share this story with you, because this is a very cool thing. I wrote up a blog post today about it. We've been traveling. Actually, it's been almost 6 years that our family's been traveling. We've been in this industry for about almost 10 years. And we've never even came close to the 6-figure mark. We just hit that just this last month. And I have to curse Mr. Dave Wood. How could you do this to me? Because here's what happened. When we had the regional events, we had the Seattle, we had the New Orleans, and we had the Charlotte event, Rhonda and I, we're in my little daughter, she's 7 years old, we're in this little island in the Caribbean, and we're like, we're going to go up and we're going to go to the New Orleans event, which was in May. And we have our tribe. And this is the thing that, one of the things that what we do very well is that we have a tribe. And what you've been hearing from Dave Wood is that, how to recruit, how to upsell, how to build rapport and build a strong team. Well, we call it our tribe. And if you've seen us at, actually any of the events for the last year, you can understand that we have a very, very, very strong tribe. And that's actually what propelled us to actually be able to do, I think it was about 110K within 28 days. And obviously the results are not typical, neither are we. But it was what Dave Wood said when we spoke, we went into one of the speakers' meetings in his room, and I was so mad at Dave Wood. Dave, if you're looking at me, I was so mad at you because you said this is not just a regional event right here in New Orleans. The Charlotte event is going to be a national. And I just looked at him and went, oh my gosh, I just got permission to take a 5-week surf trip to Mexico with one of my buddies, and now you're going to be cutting into my surf trip. I was so mad. I'm like, I have to go to this Charlotte event. Well, here's what happened. When he showed this vision of what he was going to be doing here in the next few months and what's going to be happening in the future, he showed me this vision, and I was sitting there so pissed off. I'm talking so pissed off because I want to be on my surf trip in Mexico. But he said, you know what? Not only is this going to be the most beneficial thing for your team, you're going to make the most money. I saw where he was going with this, and I went, you know what? I'm going to have to make my 5-week surf trip down to 3 weeks and be in Charlotte. And lo and behold, I was on a surf trip where I was enjoying life. People get to see what we're doing, sharing it. I couldn't even do a hangout. I couldn't even do a go-to webinar, but here's what happened. People saw how we were living. They wanted to do that, and that was how we were able to secure, I think we shared it with a few other people, with like Elena, who's on the panel here, of having a 6-figure plus month. Because it's that vision that we share. So damn you, Mr. Dave Wood, for sharing that vision and cutting my surf trip short. And you know what? Now we're sharing it with everybody out there. It's a beautiful thing, and it's about the things that he's sharing it, because the thing on the VIP day where he's talking about building a team, building a tribe that's loyal, that's like you can take them, share the vision, that's what we've been doing. And a lot of our tribe members, they go, man, that's exactly what you do. Well, because we've learned from the best. And anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you guys, and we're stoked to be here. Hopefully you're listening and be able to see us from internet.
Man, awesome story, and it just goes to prove, like, no matter what, even if you are kind of on the fence right now, it's better just to jump in the deep end of the spectrum and just make a decision, right? Thanks for sharing, Brian Swan. Let's go to one of my awesome mentors, good friends, the lovely Tracy Walker. Take it away, girl.
Thank you, Paul. I'm so excited. And probably about 2 hours ago, I had Josiah here, and I was not ready to actually speak over the voice of someone who's learning to make noises and coo and copy after what I say. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to kind of get him down. I have been with Empower Network since the opening day, right? Since the grand opening, since the initial launch without a website, the initial launch without, understanding the commission pay plan, the launch that allowed me my first 30 days or so to make about $27,000. And that was my first time ever doing that in this industry without me having to create a product, or without me having to go out and do all the graphics and figure out the sales funnel and, do all the programming, or have someone do all the programming for me. A lot of the work and things that happen behind the scenes, it's so tiring and so draining that, it was refreshing to be able to make, 5 figures with just talking to some people that I knew who went to a link and bought, and commissions were deposited into my bank account. I mean, that was the ease of what we were doing. And it was at that point in time that I realized that what we had here at Empower Network was truly special. What we have is a founder and a visionary. And I'm talking about a true visionary. I'm not talking about someone who has a bright idea and let's kind of see where this takes us. I mean, it's kind of like that, because with any idea that we have, you gotta have some belief that it can work before you go. So you might not be 100% sure, but you go for it. And we've got that. We've got people in our community. We have leaders who have hearts, and that plus our vision, plus our tech, our team, our ability to implement, our ability to put these into action very, very quickly, and our ability to deliver quality information to the marketplace is something that when you tie it all together and put the Empower Network label on it, it's why we can sustain life past a 12-month period or past a 24-month period, like some of the other Me Too companies that are out there. And one of the things that I learned that helped me to take my income to the next level very early on was literally how to find highly targeted leads, right? How to find highly targeted leads and then how to actually convert them. Now, this is going, to me, from what I experienced in our organization, Paul, I mean, you can see it as well. From my personal opinion, getting leads for a lot of people is not the issue, right? People can get leads these days. People can go through the 15K and figure out how to get leads. People can buy traffic and get leads. People can connect with whoever that they believe can help them get leads and get leads. The problem is that people haven't yet figured out really how to make sales, right? They might buy traffic, but they don't make sales. And they have a skewed perception that buying the traffic equals sales, when in reality, the sales come from the responsiveness and building of the rapport of the people on your list, right? Building those relationships. And, I actually, I'm such a geek, I print stuff out, right? So, modules 5 and 6, essentially, I think are critical modules, because anybody who can generate one lead still needs to know how to build a relationship with that lead to convert that lead into a sale. And I think that is the power of or the core of being successful online. And so I don't care what company a person is in. I don't care if you're using Empower Network as a tool to assist you, as a supplemental type of thing. I don't care if you're a full-blown affiliate here or just a little bit of an affiliate here. I don't care if you own all the products in Empower Network, although you should be all in, or whether you only have a couple other products. What I do know is that these two modules, this top producer formula, if you didn't own anything else, I personally believe that your access now to the information in this product could actually help you to be successful and to be a top producer without you even knowing some of that other stuff right away. Because this is kind of like the Learjet. This is the Learjet to getting somewhere, as opposed to your unicycle that you've been riding on, right? And your unicycle has a flat tire, it's wobbling, and you don't know what else to do. Now you finally have a vehicle within a vehicle that's moving fast, that's clear, that's concise, that's on point, that's no fluff. And, I just posted in our group, I said, I'm probably going to be up all night because I've got to get through at least one or two of these modules tonight. Every 3 hours, I'm feeding the baby, and I just don't, and it's already 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I really just don't see myself getting any sleep tonight. But then again, when the goal is to have $10,000 per day coming into my personal economy and into my world and into manifestation, there's just certain things that you just got to do, right? And so for me, I'm just very, very grateful for all of the people who actually put in the energy and the effort and the knowledge into the product to help it be what it is, to help top producers like us even be greater. Right? I was just sharing the other night that it's great to make $1 million, right? It's phenomenal. But there's $2 million to reach, right? There's $3 million to reach. There's $50 million to reach. There's $100 million to reach. We can continue on and add another zero as we go, and you've never reached the goal, right? You gotta go hard or die trying. Right? And so I am thrilled to be part of this launch yet again. I'm thrilled to share this with the marketplace. I will promote this with the certainty and the assuredness that this can help more people, and therefore my message will be that of freedom, as it's been like Justin. It will be a message of getting to the goal sooner without taking all day, and it will be that we can do it together, and we can do it through sharing information and not being afraid to give it away or sell it, but share it and give it away within our product. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Paul and Kim. Thank you guys so much. Dave, I love you like a brother. I got to find my way out to Costa Rica sometime this year, because it seems like every time somebody comes to Costa Rica, something magical happens to them, right? So I am going to make it a point to get down to the magical place of mystery, Costa Rica, and I look forward to seeing all you guys in Orlando.
Awesome. You brought up a good solid point about, developing a skill set. And, some of you guys know I train MMA, and in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you have gi, and then you have no gi, which is without the uniform. And no gi, you can train and you can learn the skills, but it's not nearly as effective as having a gi on, because it reduces literally the friction, and you have to be a lot more technical about your escapes. And kind of like the skill set that in Top Producer Formula is going to allow you to be confident in yourself, because so many people don't know how to show up properly in their business, and they're so technical in their marketing that they lack that rapport and the skill that they need to connect with another human being. And that alone, just in the formula, because I'm not going to say that I'm the biggest traffic guy. There's definitely so many more skillful people in the technical aspect of building their business that I can promise you, just from a personal standpoint, that having the skill set in Top Producer Formula alone, I feel like has helped us personally more than anything else become more personable, and people just instantly start trusting us over somebody that can't communicate. So that being said, let's bring out some more people. This guy LT, we actually met up and we hung out at the Bob Proctor event. This guy's awesome, phenomenal, laid back. I don't know how he does it, but he's just going to share with you what he's been able to do. What?
Kiala needed to go, I think.
Oh.
Kiala needed to go.
Oh, okay, got you.
Bring out Kiala.
Yeah, let's go, Kiala. He over here confused. See, Kiala's like messaging me in the chat, messing everything up. But go ahead, brother. You already know how I feel about you. Love you, man. You're awesome. Go for it.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for not forcing after the I don't want to follow that app to follow. But I want to say something real quick, and I'll do it. Although I could talk, about this for hours, really. I'm really excited about what we're doing here, and I'm excited for a few reasons. And I'm going to start off by sharing with you a story. There was centuries ago, there was two great philosophers, educators. They were like the first real, educators in history. It was Socrates and Plato. And Socrates and Plato, they got together one day, and they were sitting down, and Socrates and they were pondering some of the questions of life, right? The mysteries of life. And Plato said to Socrates, he proposed the idea that everything goes through three phases in life. There's a phase of growth, stabilization, and then decay, right? And most people would agree with that, right? I mean, if you talk to the average person and I say to them, would you say that everything goes through three phases, growth, stabilization, and decay? Most people would nod their head and they say yes. Well, centuries later, hundreds of years later, right, Sir Isaac Newton comes along, and Newton, of course, is the founder of Newtonian physics, which is what our world, for the most part, operates by now. It's the more popular science of understanding the physical world, and Sir Isaac Newton comes along, and he looks at that, and he says, no, that's wrong. There is no such thing as stabilization. It simply doesn't exist. It's a myth, right? Everything in life is either in a state of growth or decay, period. And so, like, most of the people, to bring that to, back to what we're talking about, like, give you a real life example, for instance, most people right now, they're watching this hangout, they're sitting in front of their computer, and if I ask them, hey, is your computer in a form of stabilization, the masses would say, yes, my computer is in a form of stabilization. But the master would say, no, your computer is in a slow form of decay. And here's how this all relates to what it is that we're doing. When we launch these new products, these new funnels, and we have these great things going on for Empower Network, and we're really doing it for the I mean, one of the things I love about the leadership here is we're always looking out for, that person the brand new person who needs help, right? When we're doing this, though, there's always that, like, small group of people that's like, oh, no, more products to buy, more stuff to learn, or what am I going to do? And they kind of, like, struggle with that idea. And to me, that's the best news ever. Because what it is we are in a state of growth. See, it's more scary to me if Empower Network stopped coming out with products and stopped coming out with funnels and stopped coming out with new ideas. That's more scary to me because it means that we're in a state of decay, right? And so right now we're in this, I love what we're doing because we're moving, we're growing, and we're growing rapidly. And I love that things are changing because it offers evidence of that fact. And then then we'll bring it back to the people, right? The individual. Because what I'm saying doesn't just apply to your computer and Empower Network. Obviously, it applies to you as well, right? In your life right now, you're either in a state of growth or decay. And the people who are in a state of growth are the people who are usually willing to learn new things, they're willing to adopt new skills. They understand that it is their responsibility to grow and learn and to eventually blossom and become the 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner, 8-figure earner that it is that they want to be. That's your responsibility, right? 10-figure earner, right? Whatever it is. That's your responsibility. And the only way to get there is to continue to grow and learn. And the moment that we say to ourselves, like, oh no, right? Something new, something different. Oh, I'm not sure I want to take this on. Then we begin the process of decay. And so, again, I'm just going to reiterate that I'm super excited about what we're doing because there's a ton of information in this products. I got to see Dave Wood speak on stage in Seattle, and if I could just buy the recording of the Seattle event, I'd easily come out of pocket $500, no problem, right? I'd do that no problem. And there's people out there that need this product line, so understand that it's not just like, oh, great, okay, we have a great new front end, which is, by the way, an incredible front end. It's an incredible funnel that we just created. I mean, we have Jonathan Cronstead, who came over from Digital Marketer, and Digital Marketer basically pioneered this type of tripwire funnel, which is proven to be like the highest converting funnel in the internet marketing space today, right? We've been able to duplicate that and create that tripwire funnel here from Empower Network. So just for that alone, I believe it's going to be like high converting. But it also solves major problems for people in the marketplace who are already in the industry, because what does everybody need? They need to learn. Everybody wants to learn how to become the top producer. Just that one, I know for a fact that just that one module that I made where I'm teaching people how I get 60, 70, 80 people in a room without picking up the phone, without calling anyone, without telling people on my team to go call their friends and families and invite people to a room. And I actually go through exactly my entire sales process, exactly what I do in the room to get that buying frenzy. And, I get like 30 to 40, sometimes even 50% close ratios there. I show all of that. And I could easily sell that alone to this industry for $500. But of course, I gave it away to the product, and I'm happy to do so to contribute to our community and contribute to what it is that we're able to do in this space. So, what we're offering right now is not only highly valuable to you, but you got to rest assured that it's going to be extremely valuable to the marketplace and the other people out there who are trying to succeed in this industry. And I'm really excited to be able to bring that to life and bring that to the market and see my team have a new opportunity to launch and brand and market and sell something new in one of the most killer funnels I've ever seen online ever, period. So anyway, that's all I got on that.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more with you. I really appreciate the fact that Empower Network's always looking for ways for their affiliates to grow. And for the next 3 months, like they've been discussing, they're going to be having micro launches. They have the offline system and the event that every single person that's watching right now can leverage and make consistent income, and then up until October also lead into the biggest months of their lives, and then finishing 2014 off with a bang. Man, thanks a lot for sharing, bro. And let's bring out Mr. Alex Z. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh yeah, good.
Can you guys hear me?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm pumped up, man. So many stories, so many success stories, and really, really exciting stuff. We're coming into a phase where with as many success stories that we created in Empower Network community, we're about to dwarf all those results with all the new funnels, the new entry points, the new product. Man, I'm excited about Top Producer Formula for a reason, because I spent probably over $60,000 in my own education over the last 6 years, and I really feel great about people getting this right now, and they have opportunity to get it right now for such a low cost, because success in this industry comes from education, right? And then applied education. So that's the only way to do it. There's no shortcuts, if you will, in this business. You have to invest in your education. You have to invest in your skill set, and you need to practice every day. That's how you become good. And Top Producer Formula, if maybe it's that shortcut that people think people can get a hold of, because again, so much information packed in this product. Everything is strategic. Everything is anyone would need to become a top producer in this industry, no matter what they're promoting, no matter what company they might be involved with. I just went through the modules briefly through what's in the products, and this is exactly what. There's nothing missing, right? There's nothing missing. This is how you create leads. This is how you convert leads. This is how you develop culture in the team. This is how you develop leaders and groom them, and to become even bigger success stories on your team. So I'm excited, guys. I'm totally excited. Plus, so many new files, new ways to market core Empower products was the way we're doing this. It's going to create a lot more results for a lot of people. It's going to bring a lot more people into Empower. And this is what pumps me up, man. I see brand new people creating those sales, those $7 commissions and $20 commissions and $200 commissions and $250 commissions. It all adds up because people now, they become aware that they can become a top producer. They see that results that they're getting with these products. And I can't wait to go through the product, man, because I always invest in my education, and that's the only way. That's the only way. Like Tracy says, I'm gonna have sleepless nights as well, going through all this, all that stuff, and I'm pumped up, guys. I'm really excited about this stuff. And anytime, this can always say, like, anytime I really listen to David Wood, I get more results. There's no reason to deviate. There's no reason to go anywhere else, because everything is here, guys. Everything is in-house. I don't know if you're all in, if you have the rest of the products, but it's like encyclopedia of success, if you will. It's everything in your fingerprints. You can access it anytime you want. It's convenient. It's packed with gems of practical information, not theory, but actual stuff that works, that you can learn and apply and get results. This is what's important. It's not theory. It's the real stuff that works. And all of these people on the panel are incredible friends of mine and incredible leaders. And I'm glad, actually, that Kiala stuff is in that product from Seattle, because I actually want to learn that myself and apply it to my business to create more results for my team as well. So, guys, I'm stoked. I'm excited. So, LT, man, did you talk to my brother?
No, I can come out. You can come out. You're ready for the agent presentation?
Or should I pass maybe back to Paul, and Paul can direct the microphone?
You're good, LT. Go ahead, bro.
All right, man. Hey, I don't know when my computer's gonna die. I've been on this balcony on the 3rd floor overlooking the beach. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm actually on my phone bridging to my laptop because the internet. So I got about 5 minutes, and I know you guys have been on. My name's Lawrence Tam. What we do at home. I mean, think about it. I am literally untethered, not in a vehicle, and I am on a beach, literally in like 3 hours. Income disclaimer: I don't know what you're capable of. Results are not typical. Dave told me I made like $1,000 on a over $10,000 walk-in, and she came in. She's like,
so how much money do you know? At 1,000 today. And she's like, how do you do it on a $7 product? And see, that's the stuff people don't get. People don't understand. There's going to be stuff that if you don't offer it, you're going to have customers who just want it and they'll buy it from somewhere else. It's kind of like if you only sell a vehicle that's only $10,000. Now, we don't buy from logic. Because if it was logical, why would you spend $65,000 on a luxury vehicle like a Porsche? Why would you spend $100,000 on a Tesla? Who would do that? Obviously a whole bunch. Obviously a whole bunch, because if you go down the street in Florida, there's a gazillion like vehicles that are like $50,000 Jeeps, $100,000 Escalades. Why is that possible? Because people want really good stuff. People can get really cheap stuff or things that just kind of get away, but why would you have like mediocre crab or mediocre lobster when you can have grilled, like on the beach seaside lobster? It's taken up a notch, and what we do with Empower is we take it up a notch. So I've been reading a book, which is pretty cool. I've been able to read on the white sand beaches of Destin, Florida, because like 3 days, like last week, like literally last week on a Wednesday, my wife was like, hey, a friend of ours is going to Destin, Florida. Do you want to go? And I go, can we? And she's like, yeah, I mean, the kids don't have kung fu. They don't have tennis. They don't have piano. They don't have, swim practice. They don't have tennis. They don't have any of that stuff. We're free for a week. And that's the only constraint. The constraint wasn't, can I ask my boss, how many vacation days do we have left? No, none of that. So in 3 days, we decided to take the entire family to go to Destin, Florida, to come hang out and play on a beach we've never been to hang out with some friends. And it comes down to, how did this happen? It came down to a book I just finished today, okay? The book is from Og Mandino, called The Greatest Salesman in the World. Now, there is a great actor by the name of Matthew McConaughey. And when he got his award, I don't know if it was the Emmy or the Oscar, it's his first one, he's crying, he's like, and on his announcement speech, he said, called The Greatest Salesman in the World, and it changed my life. And I go, man, if that guy, who's loved by millions, read this book, I gotta read this book. And when I finished this book, they have these scrolls in this book. And scroll number 8 totally pinpoints what Empower is about, all right? So check this out. Scroll number 8, you're supposed to read these scrolls daily for like 30 days and just hammer it to build in good habits and remove bad habits. So scroll number 8 is, today I will multiply my value 100-fold. I'll repeat again. Scroll number 8 is, today I will multiply my value 100-fold. See, a lot of you are building your businesses or maybe just invest in yourself on a very linear path. You're only getting a little bit better, only a little bit bigger. You're only increasing your audience just a little bit. Now, in the book it goes, in setting my goals, I will consider my best performance of the past and multiply it 100-fold. Never will I be concerned of goals that are too high, or if it is not better than to aim the spear at the moon and strike only an eagle than to aim my spear at an eagle and only strike a rock. See, the thing with what Empower is, when we talk about these big goals of having $10,000 days, $100,000 months, we want you to go for the moon. Now, how do you do that? You got to increase your value. How do you increase your value? You got to have products people want, plus you got to go through them, because that's how you get better. Why would I've sponsored over 2,000 personal people on the internet. Why would I buy a product called Top TPF, right? Why would I buy the TPF product? Why? Because Dave was sponsored like over 5,000 or 10,000 people. Alex Zubrev has sponsored over 1,500, 2,000 people himself. Like, Kiala has been sponsored ridiculous amount of people using Facebook, and that's the stuff that I want to learn too. You got to invest in yourself. This isn't like college or high school when you go, When am I going to learn calculus? This is applicable to industries like real estate, applicable to like headhunters. Increase yourself so that you can be hunted versus chasing people around at look for this product. Make sure you come live. Make sure it's coming live or not. Hey, my name is Lawrence Kim, signing off on you on the white beaches of the world. Send it back to you, my man Paul.
Oh, man, killing it, man. I love that. Love that story. By the way, we have that scroll, but I haven't gone through it, but I'm definitely going to go through that now. Thanks for recommending that. Guys, we're going to wrap it up, my friends. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Keep an eye on your email and stay plugged in. And if you haven't made a decision, go ahead and make a decision. And let's change your life, right? 100 new millionaires a year. Every single one of you is included in that.
Hey, guys.
I'm excited about that. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to pop back out there. I said Lawrence. I'm echoing real bad. Can you? Okay. I said Lawrence was going to Lawrence close it out, but then I decided to come back out here last minute since it's my product we're selling and all. But guys, I'm gonna hold on. Let me shut my office door here real quick, and let me just give you some final thoughts here. Real quick, okay? Because we've been talking forever and ever tonight. It's been an exciting day. I mean, already we've got like 1,200, I think, 1,200 people registered for the live broadcast. A whole bunch of people bought the product, and I want to congratulate everybody that's made a decision to buy today. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you, and I'm really excited about what this is going to do for you over the course of the next little bit. So here's what you should do. If you're still on this and you haven't bought the product, pull out your credit card and make a decision. Tonight, I mean right now, okay? So you're here, there's a buy button over there, pull out your credit card right now, click the button, okay? And you want to buy this the first night and then make a video about it, post it on Facebook, put a testimonial out there. The reason you want to do that is, trust me, you want to have gone through some of the top producer formula before our live cast tomorrow night, because you're going to be armed, okay? You're going to be armed, and the best thing that you can do for your business is realize that this is a short window that you're going to be able to capitalize more intensely for a short period of time because this is new. So the best way to capitalize is to get it. All right, and just trust me and just buy it. We've done an incredible amount of sales today, so I want to thank everybody in the community that's decided to buy. And for those of you that haven't, I'm just pushing you a little bit. You say, Dave, that's pushy. Yeah, maybe a little. Well, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I actually feel no compunction about being a little pushy. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, you do martial arts and you push people over, and sometimes you just got to like push people's buttons a little bit and say, hey, you've been sitting here for 2 hours for a reason. It's because your credit card is calling to you, and you're saying, should I buy this? And I'm telling you, well, yes, you're still here, because you being here means that you want it, because you couldn't sit on this whole thing if you didn't want to buy. You just couldn't do it. So you want to buy already, and you've already made a decision to buy, and you just need to pull out your credit card and do it if you haven't done it. And because you're going to be able to get people on these Hangouts for the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to help you sell. I'm going to make sales for you. And just imagine if you thought this was good, and we did a lot of sales today. I think from the Top Producer Formula series, I calculated a minute ago, I think that we've done just from this today. Keep in mind, guys, this is like not like even a normal launch or anything. I think we've done like hold on a second here, let me actually check. I think it's like 300 and something thousand that we did, 360,000 or something like that. Yeah, it was like when I checked earlier, it was like 330,000 like 30 minutes ago that we've done today from this new stuff. Well, that's a lot of sales. It's going to get a lot bigger every day over the course of the next 10 days. We're going to do a ton of sales, and people are going to have like their biggest week ever. And if you don't buy the product, you're going to miss out. You're going to lose out. And you want to get it the first day and say, I was a part of that private group that got access the first day. And get access to everything. If you haven't bought the coaching, buy the coaching. If you haven't bought the product, buy the product because it's right there in the back office ready to go through. If you haven't bought the recordings, buy the recordings. Get access to the live stream. You want to get on this. And you want to come back tomorrow with your whole team and get them excited about it because we're going to go through it together, make some transformations in your life and your business. So that being said, my final word to you is today, come back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to lay out an affiliate strategy. And between now and then, if you've got a team, get everybody in your team to buy that you could possibly get to buy. Let's lock arms. Let's fight the forces of evil. Make the biggest event ever in Orlando. And we will see you guys on the beaches of the world. I appreciate you and congratulations on making a decision. So let's go ahead and end the broadcast. I don't know who has control of that, but tell me when we're not live anymore.